Right, so I've got Dan with me today, and he actually wanted to hit some looseners before the video, but I thought it was more important that we actually saw how he gets going, because we're going to talk about how he releases the golf club, maybe not in quite the right way, but we tried something very quickly the other day that made a massive difference.
Yeah.
Particularly for, not necessarily your understanding of how you did it, but certainly how you felt it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really, really important that we kind of shared kind of your learning experiences, because I think a lot of guys out there will very much watch this and go, wow, that's me.
Yeah.
And if I could get that same feeling, I could improve my golf shots. So, won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's watch him hit some looseners.
So these are my looseners, are they? First shot of the day.
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. Okay. That's a fantastic one to open it with, isn't it?
No, but I think most guys watching would probably say they don't stand up on first swing of the day, they flush it.
Well, no. Absolutely not. I can't even hit the ground yet. There we go. That was a bit of contact. That's my usual shot, that though, you know.
I was going to say, that would be fairly typical for you though, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? It's a good strike,
Yeah.
low points ahead, but we can see on TrackMan there, club face 4.2 degrees open.
Yeah.
And it's very, very rare that you miss one left.
Yeah. It's always that shape.
Yeah, I mean, that is considerably better than it has been.
Yeah, because it used to start off that way and it didn't stop.
But we can definitely see there's still a little bit of that pattern in there.
That was a better one for me.
So again, great strike, good club head speed, great path.
Yeah.
And we can see the club face still a little bit open at 2.6 degrees.
Yeah.
But very, very manageable on the golf course.
Well, I'd take that any day of the week, mate. You can cut that one out, can't you? Felt a bit weak on that.
Okay, so definitely what we see with Dan is lots of good stuff in the golf swing. You know, generally speaking, you get some nice club head speed. Your path of the club is pretty good. Contact's generally solid, but it's definitely an issue on club face control. And what we normally see with you is obviously the club face is a little bit to the right at impact.
Yeah.
And very often your feedback is, I feel like I'm closing the club face.
Yeah.
But obviously not at the right time of the golf swing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of how he releases the club isn't quite right. So we tried him with the straight stick. So from Performance Golf, it's got a few different things on there which you were a little bit unsure of to begin with. So it's got a molded grip, which I'm not a massive fan of molded grips as a general rule, because it kind of insinuates that everybody's got to swing hold the club in the same way. But this was definitely good in the sense that you're able to move this grip, and Dan's got a good grip, very neutral, maybe a touch on the strong side. But with the molded grip, we're going to move this into a position where it's actually a slightly stronger way of holding the club. There's also the compression clicker. So we've set this at 100 mile an hour, so it's driver club head speed. So you're kind of just about that with driver.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And I think the nice thing with that is it makes you swing at normal speed rather than trying to take all the speed out to do it.
Yeah.
And again, the beauty then is it's an actual golf club so we can hit shots. So we're going to do a couple of practice swings first. We're going to get some feedback on how that feels holding it, which maybe won't use the exact words you used the other day when we tried it. But we're going to try that. And then we're going to listen to whereabouts in the swing he gets the compression clicker to click. So have a couple of practice swings and you give me some feedback and we'll go from there.
Still trying to get used to that moulded grip. So this is, what have you put me on?
So that's in strong plus.
So this is as
So the
strong as it
hands are
goes.
much more to the right on the golf club now.
Yeah, they
than
feel
normal
like they
for you.
are. Yeah, because at address, the club's facing that way.
Yes, so then if you push your hands forward slightly, but do your swing and listen to when you get the click.
Surely after. Like, round almost behind me.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a long way after impact there.
So I want to feel the click at impact.
Yes.
Because that shows when I've
release the club and kind of control that club face better.
Right. Way too hard. Wait a minute.
So I think we see there, don't we, that for me, it was very noticeable that I think you're definitely more aggressive with your golf swing.
When I've got the swing stick.
When you've got this, when you've got the straight stick in your hand.
Yeah.
And I think as a result of that, your tennis background, you've definitely got the movement patterns to release the club properly. And I think sometimes because you get steery in the swing, it's almost like the body guides the club and then releases it.
Yeah.
So when you're more aggressive, you kind of release the body and the club more aggressively. So more speed, hopefully with more control, but you start to see that click gets earlier and earlier, doesn't it? Yeah? So let's hit a few shots now, and all I'm interested in, not so much what the ball does, but where do you hear that you get that click?
That click. Right, let me just do one more. Because I was definitely, I played at the weekend and I noticed that my practice swing is really quick, apart from that one there.
Yeah.
But when I hit the ball, it slows down because I feel like I'm more bothered about the control side of it than just leathering it and hoping for the best. I feel like if I slow it down, which isn't right, I know that's not right, you get the tendency, well, if I slow down, I'll have more control.
Yeah, and I don't think we're talking about you trying to hit the ball hard.
No.
I think we're just trying to release the club more aggressively. There you go. So let's hit a couple of shots and see.
Ouch.
Okay, so you could definitely hear the click was later.
Yeah.
And we can see there, that's pretty much your normal swing. And that club face, a little bit open.
A little bit open.
Yeah? So again, do a few. And we want you to get that feel, get that click down at the bottom. There you go.
What's that one like?
That was better. So I thought the click was closer.
Yeah.
So we see low point nicely ahead, path from the inside, and that club face much squarer. So definitely the best click so far.
Yeah.
Quick, low point ahead, and face and path, really good, if not quite out of the middle. And again, some really good control.
That felt quite good, that one. I felt like on that one, I was even stronger. Now, I saw your video on, was it Monday?
Yeah.
God knows when it was. Whenever you uploaded it. You were saying about your natural shot is to draw.
Yeah.
But if you make it stronger, it would naturally feel like you should draw it, but for some reason you don't. You feel like you've got the... You can...
Turn out the way more and kind of release the club differently.
Yeah. So on that one, that felt like I dressed it much stronger.
Yep.
But it allowed me not just to whack it as hard as I can in the normal grip that I've got.
Yep. Right, so then the key is, you can see it took a few swings to get going with that, but we started to see the click getting earlier and earlier. We started to see the club face control be better and better.
Yeah.
But then for any swing training aid to be good, now let's pop your 7-iron back in your hands and see if you can replicate those kind of numbers.
So what am I swinging at there? Club speed 86. Okay.
Yeah?
Right. Thanks for that. Feels like I'm holding onto a pipe cleaner.
So we can see there, good speed, a little bit from the inside.
Yeah.
Club face still a little open.
Yeah.
So a little bit of that old pattern still in there, but really focus on that feel you had with the straight stick. That's a really good swing. Again,
Still open.
quick, path good. But you see the club face is much more controlled.
Yeah.
So there's much less shape on the golf ball.
I definitely get the feeling when I've got that grip on that I swing much quicker for some reason. Whether or not it's because it's got the opposite effect of, I don't know, I feel like I'm not going to, it's not going to fly out my hand because it's, well, you can't.
Potentially, yeah.
But I feel like I can swing it much quicker with that.
Yeah, and certainly the other day what we noticed when we just played around before doing the video is you kind of maybe got it the feel a little quicker.
Yeah.
But probably hit 3 or 4 balls and then lost the feeling a little bit.
Yeah.
But then you were able to go back to that
Yeah.
and actually hit balls still, because that's the big difference, isn't it? Whenever we talk about anything, I think, and you'll probably agree with this, comment below, that when you make a change, it feels very easy when there's no golf ball.
Absolutely.
But as soon as the ball's there, you want to be able to get that feel and replicate.
Changes so much with the golf ball.
Yeah, massively.
Absolutely.
And the big thing is with that, you're able to still hit balls
Yeah.
and create that feel. So if you're a bit like Dan and you do struggle with that and you are interested in something like this, I've got a little promotion with Performance Golf. It's in my link below and it's in the description, sorry, and there's 54% off this club until the end of July 2023. $139. They've also got loads and loads of videos on there. Rocco Mediate's on there explaining how really feels it helps him do what he needs in his golf swing. There's a few of the guys on YouTube also reviewed it, I think, as well. Some good reviews, and that has to be genuine. You know, I'm never going to talk about something that I don't think benefits the golfer, because my role as a golf coach is to make Dan play better and you guys play better for watching my content. But there's also a no risk with this. There's a 365-day money-back guarantee. Now, Dan's already got the link. I think he's already used it.
That's my one.
But there's also a few of my guys have already using this and found some real consistency jump, because it is that. Everybody still hits good shots, but can you do it and can you find that feel quickly in order to keep hitting good shots? So, no pressure, one-off shot, get that feel that you've just had with the straight stick, and let's see your best shot today.
So, what do I want to see on TrackMan here? If it was
Well,
what I
like
was
we've
gonna
seen
do?
there,
That's the ideal.
we're going to see that club face
Yeah.
is much closer to straight.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little minus number on there, which we were seeing the other day.
And that would be...
The ball drawing rather than fading.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
And there he is. It's not dead straight,
Oh, cheers.
but it's
My
a
glove
good,
was undone, that's why.
but it's a good strike. Low points ahead. It's decent club face and path control, and it's a very playable golf shot at a good distance.
I'd take that. I'd take that.
So for any of you guys that have watched my content before, Dan's been on before, and you're still very, very new to golf, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you know your good ones are fantastic.
My bad ones.
The bad ones are less destructive than they had been.
Yeah.
And like we've always said, as long as you can get the feel, you know what you're trying to do, but as long as you can feel it, you can take that consistency level out into the golf course. And if you really needed to, not in a competition, but if you really needed to, you could hit shots on the golf course with this as well. So that's that extra bonus that you don't just have to do it in practice. You could do this playing and then move it into all the other clubs. Yeah. But like I said, there's a link in my description below. Great training aid, one of the best I've ever seen in over 20 years coaching. Click on it, get it sent over, start improving, and drop me some feedback and let me know just how much it's helped your game, like hopefully it's helping
Help
Dan's.
mine.